Painter, thank you so much for being with us, and thanks for being part of our foundation. I'm going to teach you a little bit about how to manage your money on one piece of paper. The whole goal of everything we teach is that it's got to be so simple that you can explain it on the back of an envelope. You can explain it on a napkin. That's step one. That's the first phase. Phase one, can I explain it to somebody on the back of an envelope? Number two is, can I take that data and can I put it into a simple system where I can manage it on one piece of paper? That's the next big goal. Then on top of that, we're going to add layer after layer after layer and go deeper, deeper, deeper. But it's really, the system's got to be so simple you can do it on one piece of paper where you can manage your world and you can see where you are, and you can do this on a one-on-one basis. And so this section right here, what we're going to do is I'm going to send you to the website. And so we're going to go to the successandmoneyfoundation.org, to the website, and then you're going to come down here into classes and to courses. And number C is click here to download my game plan and the money tracker and the 7 steps to wealth. So this is the manage your money on one piece of paper. It's right here on number C. When you click on it, it's going to take you to this page right here. And this is a Google Doc, so everybody should have access to be able to use it. And what we're going to do is you're going to click here, and the goal is it'll pull it up, and then I want you to make a copy of it so that you can personalize it and you can make the changes to it. The goal is to be able to do this and have it fit on one piece of paper. Okay, so this will pull it up for you, and then you're simply going to come over here to File, pull over to File, and then say Make a Copy. Now, when you make a copy, come in here and change the name on it. So I'm just going to keep track. This is how I keep track of my world. I usually date stuff. And this is Tom, my game plan right here. Okay. And I'm going to make a copy of it. Now I can change it and I can do all these fun things with it. And it's going to be my version of that. So with this, we're going to manage this on one piece of paper. This is the, bucket list first, action plan first, then the 7 steps. So as we look at this, you got a game plan, you got your money tracker. This is your money tracker. This is the two sides of a piece of paper. And the 2 sides of that piece of paper go through the 7 steps. Now this little section right here is kind of a reminder of what those 7 steps are, but it's really this middle one right here, the my money tracker. Now what's going to happen here is you got money in and money out. So as you make money, so this is my job, and I'm just going to put some numbers in here to make it easy. These could be dollars or whatever it is, but there's my income, and you can see right there on the yellow, this is the income. Income in, income out. And I've got a job, and let's say that my wife's job, my spouse, and that's a similar number. So that's the money that's coming in. What are you doing to give out to it? You can give out as much, little, we don't care where you give the money as long as you give a little bit of money away. Automatically invest. This is into our investment account. And our goal is to put money into it. This is my retirement. Because there's some tax advantages of that. Then these are my fixed expenses. This is my rent or loan, mortgage. And again, I'm just going to put some numbers in it just to show you how it works. And utility. And you can see as I do that, as I put money in here and data in here, that is changing that top line number right there, the in and out. So I have brought 5,000 in, and I'm starting to spend money. Now you could use this as a budget. It's really more of a spend targets is what we call it. Now variable expenses. There is dad, there's mom, and there's kids. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some money in here. And again, what's so cool about this is that you can come in and change it. You can come change and put whatever you want into it. But the goal is to be able to get it so that the money in, the money out is spoken for. Okay, that's the key. The money in, money out is spoken for. I've got my set of rent. I'm going to do a house loan, and we're going to make that a little bit bigger. And utilities, and I've got some credit card debt. Credit card number 1. I've got a minimum payment on that that I've got to make, and we're going to say it's $200. So you can see my money in, money out. I've got a little bit there. I've got school debt, because one of the things that we want to do is we want to get this stuff paid off. We want to get rid of this stuff. And then we've got a family loan, and our payment on that minimum payment's $100. Okay. So what we've got is we've got some numbers in here, some stuff that's in here, and I'm just going to put miscellaneous for that last 400, because what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and we're going to start figuring it out. So I've got money coming in at $5,000. I've got church going out at 250. I've got an investment account I'm putting away. I've got a retirement account right here. I'm going to put my savings account. This is part of my save and spend. In fact, actually, that should be down here in one of these other ones. But I'm just going to put that into the family loan, right? Now I'm at 0. Now, on top of that, step number 6 is to make more money. So our goal is to make more money with our real estate and with our small business. So this is income and expenses, and it should show you what your profit is on there. The next thing is that we want to really look at is our assets. What are the assets we have? We have a home. And what's that home worth? And again, depends on where you live in the world. I've got a car, and that car is worth whatever that number is. I'm just making stuff up. And this will show you what your net worth is. Isn't that what step number 7 is? Step number 7 is your wealth formula. You got some places for action plan, and then we got some creditors. Remember our creditors up there? We've got a credit card up here. So we've got credit card number 1 is right here. And we have school debt and a family loan. You know what? And I'm going to add, instead of making that rent, I'm going to make that our mortgage payment. So I've got house on here, and that's the payment. So I'm going to say that we have our mortgage. And in here, we said that we were paying $1,500 a month on it. Okay, because in our stuff right here, we're showing it. So I've got $1,500 a month going there. I've got 200 and 100 and 100. That's our payment. 200, 100, and 100. Now, the question is, what is the loan amount? Well, in this case, let's say that we've got a 400,000 on here. And the rate happens to be 6%. Okay, well, that's not going to calculate at that number. So let's say that it is at 5%, just so I can show you how this works. All right. So in this particular case, and I'm just making this math up, so I'm going to say that the loan actually is a little bit lower. And so this is why it's so important, is I'm trying to get this a little bit more accurate. There you go. So $250,000 loan at 6% with a $1,500 a month principal and interest payment is going to pay off in a 30-year period. Okay. And then we've got a family loan. Let's say that the family loan's $10,000 and it happens to be at 10%. And that's what that is. The school debt is another 10,000. And that's at 8%. And the credit card, let's say that we owe 20,000 on the credit card, and that's at 21%, which really sucks. Okay, and that's not enough of a payment. So, and again, I'm just trying to put some simple numbers in here so that it'll calculate it. So step number 7 is your wealth formula. What are you worth? Well, I've got a house and I've got a car. I might have a computer. Let's say the computer is worth this amount of money. So my assets are worth 500,000. I owe money to creditors. I owe money on my home. I owe money on the family loan. I own money on the school debt, and I own money on the credit card. My net worth is 247,000 in this case. Now, one of our goals is to make more money. That's step number 6. Okay, we get that money. We want it working for us. The next one is to be able to get out of debt. Okay, so what we'd want to do is we want to look at the smallest balance, and we want to attack it with a vengeance. Now, all of these happen to be the same amount. the same loan amount. So what we're going to do is we're going to attack the first one. So if I could figure out how to, instead of paying 200, if I could figure out how to pay 400 a month, I'm going to save a bundle. I'm going to have that thing paid off in a lot less time. Okay, right now it's scheduled to take 10 years to pay it off. If I get that payment up to $400, then it's going to pay off in 3 months. If I can get this or 33 months. If I can get this baby up to 500, then I'm going to get it down to 2 years. If I can get it to 600, it's going to be even less. And if I can come over here and I can go refinance it and put it on a different credit card and an introductory rate at 9% versus that 21%, just get a new card and transfer all the balance, I'm going to be able to get out of debt in 18 months. So the first thing is, let's get that credit card away from the 21% down to a lower one by transferring it to a different one. It's going to take 5 years to pay it off, but if I can get my payment up to 600, I can pay it off in 18 months. Now I got to go find $400. Where am I going to find it? Well, that miscellaneous was right there. So I'll just change that for ease of illustration right there. And now we're going to put that mortgage here, our mortgage house payment, we're going to change that up to $2,100. All right, so that puts us back here where, let's see, was it 400? That was 600. So give me a second here. Oh, I'm sorry, I put it in the wrong one. That credit card number 1 right here, we're going to change that from 200 up to 600. And by doing that, we're back to 0. Money in, money out's the same. And my first goal is to get that first credit card paid off, and I can do that in a period of 18 months. Okay, if I was able to really get aggressive with that and get a new loan, change that rate from a lower one and get it down to a 7% loan on a quick start, and then get this baby paid off in, like $700 a month, you can see I'm going to pay it off faster. So this is how we do it. We're going to attack the first one, get it killed, go after the second one with that extra money, go after the third one, and then of course go after the last one. So this is how you manage your money on one piece of paper. And I want you to start fooling around with this. Here's your things that's on your list. Here's some to-do list things that you want to be able to do. The real goal is to be able to keep track of your money. So you got money in, you got money out, you got money out to your investments, you got some fixed expenses, and you got some variable expenses. Now this part right here, we put $500 in there for Dad to be able to spend during the month. And we're going to start this program. Oh my gosh, we're going to start it today. 01/09/2025. So I'm starting it today, and we're going to do this for the next 35 days. So this is going to show me the days right here. This is all back to the variable. So there's Dad's 500, there's Mom's 400, and there's the kids the 250. So here's Dad's 500. As he spends money, you simply come down and cross it off. Let's say that he spent $100. Great. So I'm down to here. I've already spent that much money. I'm just going to color that to make it easier to see. I've already spent that much money, and it happens to be, well, we'll actually use today. Today's the 9th of the month. I'm going to start this at the first of the month because it'll be so much easier to understand. So you can see that if we started this on the 1st and today's the 9th, you can see that today is the 9th, that I'm doing okay. All right, I'm not spending my money that fast. If my wife is spending her money and she's spent, a little over $50 right there, she's right there. It's the 9th of the month. We're doing great. But if we get in here and we start spending money even faster, and we spend it down to $300 is what we've got left, you can see that the goal is to pace yourself on how you're spending the money. The goal is to pace yourself against the days of the month. So right here, if it's the 9th, I'm doing great. If I'm down here and I'm spending money this fast down here, then I'm spending my money too fast. That's how the system works. What I want you to be able to do is to go and to download this and start using it. And then in class, we have the ability to go in and spend quality time. This is how you do it. You get it on a piece of paper, you get it onto an envelope, then we convert it to one piece of paper. Then we continue to add to it. And you can change that any time of the month. You can restart anytime you want. But this is going to give you your action plan. Print it, Put it on on one side and one side, fold it up, shove it in your pocket. Print one for you and one for your spouse. Now you're on the same plan. You're working together. All right, so guys, thank you so much for being with us. Come back in our class next week. We give money away for your investment accounts when you come to class. So thanks for making a difference. Thanks for being here. We're going to give you a link right now to be able to fill it out so we can send you some money for your investment account. Thanks for watching. Make a difference, make it happen, and remember that every life